Hi guys, El Finito here. Right now I'm going to do a preview for the IEM Oakland tournament which is going to come up soon. A few days back in the IBP Masters we got to know the last four teams that will be playing in the tournament, IEM Oakland. As we know that VP has already backed out of this tournament and their slot has gone to Heroic, but yet this is still a very stacked tournament. The teams that will be participating in this event are Liquid, Navi, G2, Astralis, Immortals, Tyloo, Heroic, SK, NIP, Mousesports, Cloud9, and FaZe. So right now, they have been again. There are two groups. It's going to be in the round robin phase. Each team plays each other once, and I think the top three teams qualify. Whether with two winners make it to the semis, and the other four teams play each other in the quarterfinals. Now the groups are pretty interesting. Again, for the last few tournaments that I have been noticing is that some of the consistent teams in the CS:GO scene are coming up in one group, whereas few of the inconsistent teams are going on the other group. So this gives a very interesting dynamic for the tournaments. If you remember Epicenter, it had Dignitas, SK, NIP all on the same side, and NIP ultimately went out of the tournament even though they had won the same number of maps and lost the same number of maps as the three teams that qualified. So right now, first we'll do Group A. Group A contains the American team Liquid, the Brazilian team Immortals, Navi, G2, Astralis, and Tyloo. Now, Tyloo is a team from China, and as being an Indian, being an Asian, I do hope that they do really well. I hope they can surprise some teams and make the semis or the quarters. It's going to be hard for them. They're going up against some of the very good teams in the world, but they have upset few of the big nations before, so it'll be really interesting to see how they perform. Liquid for me is a completely unknown quantity. Since Simple left their sorry guys, since Simple left their performance has been up and down. You don't know what you're going to get from them. Pimp has been playing well, but at the same time, other players have slacked off a lot. JDM comes to mind, who has not been at his peak since leaving CLG and joining this roster. Elige and Nitro have dropped off, so overall Liquid do look a bit weaker. I don't expect Liquid to qualify from this group because this group, along with Navi, G2, Astralis, Immortals, and Tyloo, it's going to be really hard for them. I think they may be able to beat Immortals and Tyloo, but beating the other teams is going to be really hard for them. Now, the other team in this group is, of course, Immortals, who won the IBB Masters, beat Cloud9, one of the form teams of the world right now. They won the ESL Pro League, and they beat them 2-1. And what's strange is they beat them on Mirage. Immortals is known for their Mirage, but Cloud9 has made Mirage their own. So, beating them on Mirage, they won 2-1, and they're here as the winners. Sorry. So they can do cause some upsets because you have got some teams like G2, Astralis, who right now are not in the best of form. So of course some upset potential there. The next team is Astralis. Now Astralis made the change. They got in Glaive and they topped the group at E-League. The group at E-League wasn't easy at all. They had SK and Navi, two of the top three teams in the world, and they managed to beat them both. So Astralis definitely legit. They are playing better right now, I think. But this tournament will be a test. They still have a lot of work to do. So you don't know what you're going to get out of them. It's a round robin phase. One thing I can see from this tournament is the teams that are in this group, they do like to play Dust 2. So Astralis might be getting a lot of Dust 2 games. As I think this team, apart from Immortals, I think you might be getting a lot of Dust 2 in this tournament. So Astralis do have a shot. I think Astralis will make it out. Astralis, they all before were known to make out of the group, so I think they will do it again. They won't have a much problems in the group. I think they will beat Liquid, they'll beat Immortals and Tyloo, so should be in the same quarters definitely. The next team is G2. Now G2 has fallen like a stone. They were the team that was challenging SK regularly. They lost to them once, then they beat them. They had their miraculous overpass game where when they beat Luminosity, now SK, when no one could beat them. So G2 definitely you don't know what you're going to get from them. They did have a good tournament last time around, but you don't know that last tournament was not pretty much stacked. So G2 is a complete question mark for me. The problem with G2 is Shocks and Scream. are playing. Shocks is still playing at a good level, so is Cream, but they are not hitting the God levels. So when those two don't hit the God levels, it's very hard for them because they don't have a complete structure that can carry them through. And the player who's dropped off is RPK. RPK was one of the most consistent players they had. He was easily the third best player in the team, so they were performing really well. So it'll be really interesting to see which G2 turns up. Is it going to be the God G2 or is it going to be the normal G2? So if the normal G2 turns up, I think they'll get out of the groups. They'll be upset by Immortals or Tyloo, and they'll definitely lose to Astralis or Navi. So G2 is a complete question mark for me. Last team is definitely Navi. Navi are the favorites to go out. They could not qualify through E-League. They lost to SK in pretty disappointing fashion. SK demolished them in the second half of both the maps. They won 3 rounds combined in the second half of both the maps. So Navi have their work cut out. They have gone for skill, but somehow they've lost the structure. Simple has been playing superb, but he was missing in E-League. So I expect Simple to bounce back. Edward had a good game. Flamey performed very well in one half. Somehow they're not being able to string the performances together. But Navi, with the firepower they have, they definitely should make out of this group. They definitely should be one of the favorites to win the tournament. I expect them to top this group. I think they are too hot to handle for the other teams. So Navi, I think they'll make it, even though they have some insecurities, some problems. But I think they'll easily qualify. So from Group A, I think it will be Navi and Astralis who will definitely qualify. The third team is going to be interesting. If the real G2 turn up, they'll definitely qualify, or else it could be a battle between Immortals and G2 for me. Now, Group B, again, is a group which has few of the most consistent teams in the world. SK, NIP, Cloud9. These teams are really consistent. They perform at a good level. They tend to make the latter halves of the tournament. So these three teams, along with Heroic, Mouse Sports, and FaZe. Heroic, I think, is the guinea pigs in this group. I think that everyone is going to beat them. They were known as the upset team a few months back, but since Glaive left, I don't think they're going to do much in this group. They got in just because VP left, so I don't expect them to qualify at all. If they win a map, it'll be good, but it's going to be really, really hard for them. FaZe. FaZe is another team who I don't expect to qualify, but could upset some teams. Since Carrigan has come in, you can see a change in the guard. You can see a bit of structure coming in, but still they need to work on their T sides. The CT sides have gotten far better. Now they've got Kiyoshima back instead of JKM, which I think is a good move because having too many aim stars in the tournament in a team is detriment. You cannot have too many superstars. So now Kiyoshima can play a bit of an entry role as well as a support role. You've got Rain, you've got AZ, and you've got a good leader in Carrigan, and of course Alu. So they can cause some upsets. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the last three, but I don't expect them to. Now the next team is obviously Mouse Sports. They benched Oscar. They got in LOL. Their performance has been better. But against these heavyweights, can they do it? Again, it comes down to Nico a lot. So they can upset. Again, it's an upset team. FaZe and Mouse are definitely upset teams. You cannot tell that they won't qualify. They can beat any of the other teams in a best of one on a given day. But the problem will come for Mouse Sports is the veto. Everyone will veto Dust 2 against them. So once Dust 2 is gone, you don't know what you're going to play. So every team, I think, is going to veto Dust 2. Mirage, most of them will veto, apart from probably Cloud9. So you are looking at a map like Cobble. I think Cobble will be one map which they will play a lot. So if they do improve on that, they have a chance. But I really don't think, because the best of ones is really going to work against them, because their best map will be banned every single time. Trust me. Most of the teams will ban Dust 2, apart from Cloud9 maybe, but NIP will ban, SK will ban, Heroic will definitely ban, and so will FaZe. So we will see. Now the next team is SK. They are the best team in this tournament. So they made the finals of ESL Pro League. They lost to Cloud9 in convincing fashion, but this is a team everyone knows about it. Their rise has been meteoric. Fallen is one of the best oppers in the world, as well as one of the best in-game leaders. They've got one of the best players in Coldzera, who's probably, he's not a flashy player. He does have his moments, but he's very stable. He knows how to play the angles very well, and he just, wins every fight because he has the advantage, positional advantage. So this team is very deadly. One player we have to talk about is Taco. He has improved leaps and bounds. He's improving tournament by tournament. His impact is increasing. And that's why SK look a threat, because especially on train, the smoke that they throw between the first and the second train is just awesome. And Taco comes in and creates havoc. He keeps the CTs there. He gets 2 kills, or he'll keep the CTs there, and then SK can pile on the B bomb side. So the strategy is awesome. So Taco is playing really well. FNX, for all the problems he's having, he doesn't show it in game definitely. So, and Fur is forgot. So this team is completely balanced. They have a good structure, good in-game leader. I think they'll make it out top, but it's going to be hard because it's again best of one. Your maps may get vetoed. So telling who's going to be number one from this group is going to be hard. The next is Cloud9. They won ESL Pro, but they lost IBP Masters. But that is the same as they are the form team. They have been making it late in tournaments for quite a few tournaments now. Last year when this happened, they made it to the finals, couldn't win. This time they have won. But once it ends, they again struggle. But I don't think that'll happen because this team is really good. Stewie is a very smart guy because he makes the whole team play around him. They play and they supplement Stewie's game. So Stewie has become a much more impactful player. Stewie, with his previous relations with Automatic, knows what's his best role. So Automatic has suddenly has become a star player, which no one thought. When Automatic signed for Cloud9, sorry, even I thought that was a bad signing. Everyone was thinking probably Tarek or someone like that, but Automatic has proved that he was just in a wrong role in his previous team. The guy is just good. His clutching rate has been good. So their Cloud9 have got two legitimate stars in Stewie and Automatic. Then there's Nothing, who seems to be revitalized again in this tournament. His lurk, the way he's lurking, he's clutching, he does whatever he wants. His clutch rate has been immense. So these three are literally the best players of Cloud9 right now. And that's surprising to stay when your other two players you look are Shroud and Skadoodle. Skadoodle's op has dropped, but since the other three are playing so well, all he needs to do is probably get 1 or 2 kills every round. So Skadoodle has the odd big game, but he doesn't impact a lot. But the other three are carrying the load. But when the other three don't, that's when Cloud9 struggle because Skadoodle doesn't show up in all the games. He's one player who does need to improve a lot. His place is in jeopardy among all the five. Shout, everyone knows what he can do. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it enough. But when he does, he looks sexy. So can't say about Shroud. He's probably now in a support role, doing pretty well. His team is winning. He's doing his role well. The last team is obviously NIP. They are my favorite team. The interesting dynamic is they've got back Pith. Now, how are they going to perform in this tournament? No one knows. But you're looking at their group, they can definitely qualify. I think they should beat Heroic. They have a good map pool, so they have a map pool advantage over FaZe and Mouse Sports. So these three wins are there. It's against Cloud9 and SK that they'll struggle. If you remember, they beat SK in the group stage at Epicenter, but lost to them. But in the last tournament, I forget the name, where they played them in the semis, they lost. Now, with Cloud9, they lost Dust too, but Cloud9 they can definitely beat. Cloud9 demolished them, but I think NIP can beat them. The one thing that's good for NIP is the nuke factor, because everyone has to ban nuke. So, but that comes into the later stage of the tournament. So NIP I think can beat SK, can beat Cloud9. So it's very hard for me to say which team is going to make the top three. How Pith will play, that's very I have to see. Michael Lele did have some good times, but at the same time didn't set the stage on fire. So Pith and Michael Lele, I think it's almost same. If Pith plays to the top level, he is a more consistent player than Michael Lele. If you check NIP's map pool, with Pith coming in, I think the overpass becomes weaker, but the Mirage becomes stronger. You check statistically, the Mirage is stronger with Pith, and overpass is weaker with Pith. But Michael Lele, overpass was better. So which way NIP will go, I don't know. One thing is for sure, NIP's Cobblestone has been better with Pith. Because Pith has been much better than Michael Lele holding that fountain or the chicken coop area. So that map gets better. Nuke is already there. Nuke is Get Right and Forest Playground. You have got Dust 2, which is a pretty stable map for NIP. Along with that, you have got Train, which they don't play a lot, but they can. Cache is obviously their favorite map. So if I look at NIP, they'll definitely ban out Mirage, Train, and Overpass. These three maps I think will go definitely from NIP. Depend if again most other teams, maybe against Mouse Sports they'll ban Dust 2 because Mouse Sports will probably ban one of these maps. So NIP are in a good state. I expect NIP, SK and Cloud9 to make it through. I can't say in which order, but I do definitely expect them to make it through. So for me, the 6 teams that will qualify are NIP, Cloud9, SK, Astralis, Navi, and the fifth team is going to be between G2 and Immortals. I think it'll be G2. So this tournament is pretty much stacked. It's going to be an awesome tournament. My pick for this tournament, definitely my head says is going to be SK or Navi, but my heart says it'll be NIP. I am an NIP fanboy, so I hope they win. I hope they do improve on what they performed last time. Last time against SK, they started off slow and they had lost many close rounds. That the amount of clutches NIP lost was insane. If NIP would have won even half the clutches NIP would probably have taken the game, especially on cobblestone. So I hope NIP do well. I hope they do win. But this is going to be an awesome tournament that we finally some CS for us, right? High quality CS again. So enjoy the tournament. I hope you do like the video. If you do, please do subscribe and like. I know the light quality, sound quality isn't that good. My laptop fan is making a lot of sound. I'm sorry for that. As I go along, I will definitely improve my infrastructure. Thank you for watching. Sorry for any mistakes I have made. I'll definitely improve on that. This is just my second video. See you later, guys. Thank you.